Welcome back, buddies. We are come up with a new topic that is conservation and extinction, in which including ecosystem, biodiversities, and habitats. We are definitely going to cover it up all these topics in our today's class, and this is very important. But if you didn't watch the previous video that I uploaded, is related to the ecosystem, how many ecosystems are there, how they interconnected, and how they are actually exchanging the energy with one another, then you have to first watch that video. Just pause the video and first watch that video, then come up with the same thing. Now we are going to discuss about the things that is very important to know about it. It is conservation and extinctions. Now here we are including in the ecosystem, biodiversity and habitats as well. So just buckle up your seats and here present here with me properly, but physically and mentally. Our learning points here only like state what conservation and extinctions mean, give the conservation and extinction examples, and describe how the species can be preserved and protected. Not only problems, but we are also going to discuss about the solution as well here in this particular class. So just be tuned with me at the end of the class also. First of all, we have to discuss about the things that what is biodiversity. Biodiversity actually is a measurement of the range of living organism within a habitat. Some habitats are like woodlands, and some are like a forest land, some are like oceanic waters land, and other habitats are like less biodiverse, therefore have less species like snowy areas like penguins and snow bears and all these habitats which are actually present in a less amount. Some extreme in environment have a very limited number of species. Due to that problem as well, some biodiversity habitats are going to be extended day by day. Some already had extinct in the past, so we have to preserve and protect the upcoming generation of the others habitat so we can preserve them, so our beautiful earth have that lots of habitat itself in their own sense. This is all about the definition of the biodiversity. Now we are going to move forward to the conservation part. What is the definition of the conservation? Conservation basically is a process that protects the organism and preserve the habitats. I already mentioned that thing. Some habitats are going to distinct, some already had extinct, some at the edge of the distinction. So that point of view has to be arise in our mindset that conservation is required. So basically conservation is a process where we protect our organism and preserve their habitats. They subsequently maintain biodiversity because biodiversities have the combination of all these habitats that are present in the earth only. So by conserving all these habitats, we basically maintain the biodiversity in that level, reduce the risk of the species extinctions, and reduce the disruption of the food chain, because food chain is very important to understand about it. Everything in this ecosystem, and at the end of the point every ecosystem is interconnected to each other. So by conserving all these habitats, we are not only preserving all these habitats, but we also reduce the disruption of the food chains as well. So this is very important to understand about it, that what is conservation and why it is important. So like conservation examples are also there. We are also working as a human being, as a part of a global personality. We are also working upon that particular conservation examples. Like there is a Bornean organoting particular, this is a platform, or you can say that this is a startup that basically critically endangered conservation efforts are focused on reducing hunting. Basically hunting is prohibited for all these species that is already endangered, that is already at the edge of the extinction, and it would be like an illegal trade and deforestation of their habitats, and where their habitats are already living, so deforestation is banned and hunting is banned. And obviously the other thing, educated locals. What we are doing now, we are also educating. I am educating you that how is conservation important and how we have to do that all things. So supporting all these rescue centers and supporting all these ideas of the government and the private sector and the NGOs as well and other centers, this is related to the conservation portfolio. You have to be the part of all these things, you have to be respectful for all these things and support all these things, so we can conserve all the species that is already at the edge of the extinction. I hope you get some idea that what kind of conservation portfolio and startup programs that we are doing. Now the next term is come to into your mind, that what is extinction actually. Extinct is actually the name given to the species when there is no living individual left. For example, not a single species that particular is related to the particular species is not present in this earth. That means that that particular species, that particular individual has already extinct from our world. So some species are already extinct from the in the world as well, and others are completely extinct. Like when animals are endangered also, so there are actually three categories, like extinct in the wild animal. Like there are still some individual, like there are only, I'm just having to giving you three examples and three basically part. First is a already extinct, there is a no species left. Second is extinct in the wild, that means there are some individuals present in a captivity, very little amount of species are present related to that particular endangered kind of a thing. And also the last part is endangered captivities, that are animals which are measures can be put in a place which are reduced to the risk of the extinctions. If we don't do anything related to the support and to protect all these kind of animals, then they are also going to extend in upcoming 10-20 years. So these three categories you have to know about it, that is related to the extinction only. So tigers, yes, beautiful tigers, powerful tigers, strong tiger are also actually endangered species. Extinction examples, there are actually only two northern white rhinos left in the world, both of which are female. This means that sadly, north white rhinos will soon become extinct because there is no male white rhinos left in the northern side. So that is a very sad thing. But we have to do something about it related to the breeding and other scientific terms as well. This is actually due to the poacher hunting them for the rhinos, their for their horns and for their skins. And there is a severe hunting that of particular horns in the northern side. So that's why due to this white rhinos, only two white rhinos are left, and sadly both are female. So there is nothing like to be reproduction of that particular thing. So this is extinction example. We have to save our animals because animals are the part of the ecosystem. Any chance that you affect the ecosystem will affect you whether you like it or not. So that's very important to understand about it. You have to be educated and you have to educate others as well, that what kind of problems that we own are producing, we have to stop it at any way, at any cost. So this is the extinction example, you have to remember about it. Now we are going to slight bit kind of a detail amount of things, that what is a gene pools, like the range of variations in a DNA among the members of the same species are like a gene pool. For example, you can take an example of a tiger and a cheetah and a leopard, and these are looking almost the same kind of a thing. So there is a slight bit of a DNA variation, they are amongst the member of the same species. So, for example, also take an example of a rose and strawberry. So that is kind of a things that you have to remember in that particular sense. The broader the gene pool, the more likely it's to be survival, because the how many survival there are the production of, that means lots of animals and lots of particular habitat is going to be generate, and their family is going to be generated in a very higher manner. So there is a more likely to be survival. This is This is related to the gene pool itself. So we are going to discuss about this thing in our another class in a detailed manner. So this is a gene and seed banks. What is this? We are going to talk about it. Seed banks are a way basically conserve the plant species. Not only animals but also plants are going to extend somehow at the end of this particular scenario which we are doing, because we are destructing forests, we are destructing ecosystem, global warming is there, lots of problems we are already generating. So this kind of things are going to be happen very soon. We have to be prepared for this thing. So basically seed banks are the way to conserve the plant species. Seeds are the store at a very low temperature, like at a very freezing kind of a temperature, with a secure facility. And this kind of means a new plant can be grown in a future if they go extinct. Actually this is very important. Gene bank is very important because each and every seed of the plant has to be protected somehow at a some point. So if in any case in the future if it is going to be distinct somehow, we can regenerate it. So this is moreover a seed banks and gene bank you can also. And gene bank is again same thing. Gene bank is with the animals that we can store that particular information, genetic information of the animal in the form of sperms, eggs, and embryos, and again at a very low temperature. Actually this could support the breeding program in the future. If that particular breed is going to extinct at somehow at a point, then we can regenerate it with the help of this gene banks and seed bank. This is the only method we can do that. Now we already know that white rhinos in the northern side is going to be distinct at somehow, so we have to preserve their sperms and eggs and embryos. That would be helpful to again rebreeding programs in the future terms as well. So this is the conservation and extension. This is end of the presentation, but I just want to let you know that is conservation and extension is very important topic for understanding, because it is the most important topic for our ecosystem, for the system that we are living in, the beautiful earth that we are living in. So if we really want to protect our earth, we have to get knowledge about really about the earth problems, and we also have to be knowledgeable about the things that we can, what we can do about that particular art. So this is all about the topic. I hope you learned new things about the extinction and the conservation, and I hope that would be helpful for you to educate the other peoples as well. So this is the all thing, this is the all topic that we have to done today only. So this is, that's all, that's enough for today, that's enough for this topic. This is new to you, you have to understand it and share it with your accountable partner. Of course that is the daily kind of a thing for you only. So that's all for today. I hope you learned a new thing. Bye, have a nice day ahead, and of course happy learning at all.